Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and into another vlog. Today I'm going to do a self-development exercise in the spirit of it being a new year, and I'm going to take you along for it. A lovely viewer of mine had requested recently for me to share my vision board on the channel, and so this video is going to be along those lines, but I will be keeping some parts of it private. Okay, let's get into it. Around the beginning of a new year, it is only natural for us to reflect on the year that has just gone by and to start dreaming about the year ahead. I like to approach this with some balance in mind and keeping it realistic for the most part, with a touch of ambitious goals just to add a challenge aspect, but without any pressure. So before we get into the vision board and start setting intentions for the future, I'm going to reflect back first and then do a life audit to determine which areas of my life I will focus on this year. For reflection, I think a simple journaling session will do the trick. It doesn't need to be fancy at all. I just look at my previous vision board and note down what was successful and what wasn't. As for last year's vision board, I had put down my career goals with monetary figures on it, so I'm not going to share that here, but I can share with you 10 other things I had on there, which was 1, to travel to South Korea, which we did in September and it was such a great holiday. I vlogged that trip, so I'll link that playlist down below. Number 2, we wanted to travel to Mauritius, which we did in February with some friends, and it was so amazing. Again, I'll link that playlist down below if you're interested in watching it. Number 3, I was promoted to production manager at my day job, which happened in January, and I don't think it was supposed to happen so quickly as I had only been with the company for 1 year, but I advocated for myself and I got it. So the moral of the story is create opportunities for yourself if you can. Number 4, getting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which happened in November, and I'm so stoked about it, so thank you everyone for that. Number 5, getting a new camera for vlogging. I was planning to buy it as a reward for myself once I reached 1,000 subscribers, but I actually bought it back in January so I could take it to Mauritius and get more action footage, and I'm so glad I did that. I use a GoPro to film, so it's more subtle in terms of size, and it can be used in most conditions. Number 6, trying out reformer Pilates. Unfortunately, I didn't achieve this one, mainly because there isn't a studio near me, and I didn't make it a priority to go out of my way on the weekends to do it. I'll be re-adding it to this year's vision board. Number 7, going on outdoor adventures locally. I would say we touched on this lightly, but not as much as I originally thought we would. I was thinking of doing more day trips on the weekends and kind of exploring our own state as if we were tourists. So this is another one I will re-add to 2025's vision board too. Number 8, doing more creative hobbies. This one I would say I did make a conscious effort to make happen. I dedicated more time to crochet, to paint, and to draw to find my artistic style. I definitely want to continue this in the coming year. Number 9, watching the sunset for the first time. It's a little bit crazy that I hadn't done this before in my almost 30 years of life until February last year. I guess I never took the time to just sit down and watch it happen. So I put it on my list to do, and I did it on our Mauritius holiday, which was the most perfect place to do it. And I can't believe how quickly it actually happens. So that was very cool, and I hope to do it more often. And number 10 is buying a new house. This is one of the more ambitious goals, and it maybe could have happened, but about halfway through the year, we had a change of heart and decided against it. Originally, we wanted to move into a bigger house before starting a family, but then we thought it didn't make sense to increase our mortgage and then at the same time lose one income when I'm on maternity leave. So to ease the pressure off my husband to carry such a weight, especially with the cost of everything else these days, we decided to keep costs manageable and stick with a smaller house for lesser maintenance too. We feel like that is the right decision for us right now, and so we can prioritize travel and home improvement projects because we decided to stay put. Okay, so actually I haven't looked back at this vision board since I made it, same time last year, and it actually surprises me how many of the things came to fruition. I do believe in the law of attraction and manifestation, but I also believe that once you set a North Star, all your actions are aligned to that, and through consistency and commitment, things can come true as a direct result of your efforts. So, all that to say, 2024 has been a great year for me personally, and so I look forward to what's in store for 2025. Alright, so one more thing before we get into the vision board part. I'm going to do the Wheel of Life exercise to help me clarify which areas of my life need more attention this year. So you essentially draw a circle and segment it into 8 sections to represent all the areas of life, and then using a 1 to 10 scale to determine how satisfied you are with each aspect. So I'm going to take about 10 minutes here to do that, and that will help me set my priorities for the vision board part. Okay, now with all that in mind, let's get started with the vision board. I'm going to do this digitally, browsing pictures on the web that describes the thing and then collaging it into a simple mood board and then adding keywords to help highlight the goals. Again, I will share 10 things I'm putting on this year's board, so let's get into it. So number 1, do more day trips to explore nature spots like hikes, walking trails, lakes, camping, road trips, markets, etc. I would love to do more things along these lines, either with my husband, on the weekends, or with friends, and making it part of our hangouts. I feel like there are many positive benefits like nature therapy from being out in the elements, using the walks as a workout, socializing and connecting with others, and just exploring our local areas. So for a more realistic goal, I'm going to aim for at least once every 2 months. Okay, number 2, do more crafts and creative hobbies like sewing, painting, drawing, and crocheting. Obviously, this has to be on my vision board. My whole message on this channel is to spend more time on your creative hobbies when you can. So as usual, I will do a crochet project during the winter months, and I'll continue to paint and draw to create textiles prints for fun. And this year, I want to add back in sewing. I used to do more sewing back in high school, so I would love to delve back into that again. And of course, I'm open to doing other crafts if I can squeeze that in here and there. But to keep it realistic, I think having a top 3 or 4 to aim for and rotate between seems more focused. Number 3, visit family more. This year, because I was so focused on my career and side hustles and earning more money, I neglected spending time with family. I went from visiting them every month to now every 3 to 4 months, and I want to do better this year in 2025. Especially now that my grandma, parents, aunties, and uncles are all getting older, I would like to make more memories with them. Number 4, try Reformer Pilates. This one is a rollover from 2024's vision board, as I mentioned earlier, so I will try this one again. A new studio actually has opened up near my house, so I might be more inclined to go this time round. Number 5, incorporate strength training. As I'm getting older now, I need to start doing more strength training to retain muscle, as it naturally wears off once you're over 30. So I'm thinking I will incorporate some at-home weights and resistant bands to start with. Number 6, to achieve 4,000 watch hours on YouTube. As I have made it to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, the next step is naturally to hit the other milestone so I can get monetized. But as I record this video, I'm only halfway there. So my focus this year is to somehow increase watch time and keep my viewers watching for longer. Number 7, travel to Japan with my mum. This is a bit of a bucket list item for me. So a bit of a backstory here. We haven't traveled as a family since I was like 8 years old because my parents owned small food businesses, and so we would split up to go on holidays so the shops didn't have to close for weeks at a time. About 8 years ago, I went to China with my dad, and I have all these fun memories with him, but I don't have any more recent holiday memories with my mum. So this year I'm going to take her to Japan because she deserves it, and to thank her for all that she has done for me thus far. My husband is also taking his mum, so this will be a joint mum's trip, and we're so excited and grateful that we can do this for them now. Number 8, to travel to Bali. This would be nice. It's currently not a definite thing, but it would be nice as a short, cheap, and relaxing little getaway later in the year. We went about 6 years ago before COVID, and I loved it, so I'm putting it on here so we can manifest it. Number 9, home projects and gardening, like keeping indoor plants alive, starting a little herb garden, finishing our backyard patio makeover. Well, this one is a bit of an ambitious one. Not the backyard patio makeover part, but the gardening part, mainly because I'm not a green thumb at all. I'm known to kill hardy indoor plants and even succulent plants too, but I would like to try and get better at this. My sister-in-law gave me a peace lily plant for Christmas, and I'm determined to keep it alive this time. But yeah, a little herb garden in the backyard would be nice, so putting this on the vision board as a bit of a challenge for myself. Continue Chinese study. This one is also a bit of a challenge. I've hit a bit of a wall since I finished the HSK workbooks 1 and 2, because workbook 3 seems to be so much harder all of a sudden. But I do want to get back into it and keep progressing, even if it is slow and steady. And that's a wrap on my vision board this year. Off camera, I will add some more private things on there, but for the most part, I'm happy with what I've set this year because it encompasses all the things I want to intentionally spend my time on. And these days, as I get older, time is going by so much faster, so I would really need to look at it as a non-renewable resource and make it count. I hope this video was interesting and maybe even gave you some inspiration to do the same for yourself. If anything I said today resonated with you, leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you and chat further in the comment section. And that brings me to the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more from me. Have a lovely day, and I'll catch you in the next one.